language of business. Okay. So the reality about it is that some common question that I ask from a retail investor can easily be solved by understanding the language first. Because if you understand the language, it makes navigating around so much easier. So when you want to dissect the annual report itself, looking at highlights, usually one-page graphic summary of significant financial results. This page is interesting in that usually they break down the history for you, right? So if you don't monitor the stock on a day-to-day basis, I find that this is useful to get in touch with where the business is going, looking at the trends, and if you haven't buy the stock, this page kind of give you a very quick breakdown of what you are getting into. Now, when you look into the letters to shareholder, now this is the portion of the letters or the annual report where you really get to tell whether this the management is candid or not in the approach to you, or are they trying to transact with you at arm's length. This is the portion. Business summary. So this is particularly useful for not just for people who are first-time investor, right? But really, what are some of the common things that's facing the company this year, right? That they need to resolve, and then you will go into what such thing called management discussion and analysis, okay? But that also kind of deals with what are they doing to deal with their existing challenge that are facing. The statement itself, now this is usually consumed close to a large portion. So let's start with the income statement. Let me start with the labeling aspect of it. Now some people will call this the income statement, profit and loss statement, operating statement, statement of operation, earnings statement. You will probably see some statement using the word consolidated, right? So what you do is that if you see consolidated, it's really looking at the whole company as a whole. This is another thing that people don't notice, and that is that the whole income statement itself refers to a statement that covers over a period of time. In the income statement alone, you can also see such thing as quarterly statement, and again it's measuring over a period of time. Kind of mandatory for a number of firms right now above a certain market cap size to report quarterly statement. So financial highlights, sometimes they will say over the last 3 quarters, this is what happened, right? Actual versus pro forma, then this term pro forma it's kind of like if we increase advertising expenditure, what is the sales going to look like? And usually this is prepared for internal reading rather than external. For you, I gather that it's simply 3 lines: income, expenses, profit. Okay, so these are just some of the labeling that you'll come across. This is kind of like the step ladder approach to understanding that whole income statement, how it flows. Well, from sales revenue right down to cost of goods, you arrive at gross profit, right? So these are very basic, and I hope that if you don't understand, you can use this as a very easy way to get through that statement. 3 things that an income statement review: growth prospect, cost structure, profitability. All right. The income statement itself is the most manipulated financial statement among the 3. Okay. And the cash flow statement is the least manipulated financial statement. But what that means is that both can be cooked. So this is one of the things that if you know the rules, you read with an open mind.